was life, and the life was the light of men. He said the light shines in darkness, and darkness comprehended it not. He said there was a man that was sent of God to bear witness of the light, and his name was John. He said the same came to bear witness of the light, that through him all men may believe, because he was not the light, but he came to bear witness. He said Jesus was the true light that lighted every man that comes into the world. He said he came, he was in the world, and the world knew him not. He came to his own, and his own received him not. But the Bible said, as many that received him, to them gave he power to become the sons of God. He said children who were born not by blood, nor by the will of the flesh, nor of the will of man, but God. That is the men we are talking about. And he said the word became flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory as the only begotten Son of the Father, full of grace and truth. And he said of his fullness have we received, not his partial, not his quarter, but of his fullness, of his fullness, of his fullness. That Greek word used of his fullness is the word we call pleroma. Pleroma is something we talked about this. When I pick something like that, it is like this. When I measure to something, it is the higher capacity it can contain. So when I say pleroma, means that the fullness of Christ have we all received. Grace in place of grace. When this grace runs over, another grace is running over, another grace is running over. Grace upon grace. In place of grace, another grace is coming. In place of grace, another grace comes. Grace is the capacity and the ability of God in a man's life that causes a man to do the things of God. Is the ability of the divinity at display in a man's life that makes him behave like God. Paul said, I did all this work, yea, not yet I, but the grace that was distributed to me. So the achievement of God, Paul, was the grace of God that was with Paul. So Jesus said of his fullness, of his whole capacity we have received grace for grace, grace in place of grace. So we have the capacity of the fullness of the glory upon our lives. Listen to me, the goodness of the Lord in this season is about to be seen in the ministry. The goodness of the Lord, I prophesy, under this ministry, under this come meeting as you came, you are living with the fullness of the glory. Jesus said, the glory you have given me, I have given it to them. The glory you gave me, I have distributed it to them. The Bible says that he said, thanking God our Father, who has made us meet to be partakers of the inheritance of the saints in life, and has delivered us from the power of darkness, and has translated us into the kingdom of the Son of his love. And the Bible says that all things were created by him, whether visible or invisible. Listen to me, when you tap into Christ, you tap into all things. The Bible says that he is the firstborn of every creation. So everything that is in this world, the firstborn is Christ. Everything that is in this world, the firstborn is Christ. The firstborn of everything is Christ. Whether created by a man or not created by a man, everything, the firstborn is Christ. So when you have Christ, you have the siblings. Listen to me, everything, the firstborn is Christ. So if it is tree, the firstborn is Christ. If it is the waters, the firstborn is Christ. If it is about money, the firstborn is Christ. If it is about cars, the firstborn is Christ. If it is about building, the firstborn is Christ. If it is about wife.